Namaste. Welcome to yet another episode of Teen Wellness. I'm Dr. Susan Koruthu, life psychologist, mind wellness coach, author, and founder of Subtle Life Skills and Mind Fitness Center. Today, we are going to discuss about a very key area of everyone's life, the teen life. Today's topic is teen hypocrisy. I'm pretty sure every parent can relate to this topic, and you will understand every minute topic or the subsections that I discuss over here. So let's get into the topic, and I want you to be just connecting with your child, a teenage child, or maybe if you don't have a teenage child, you can see maybe your cousins have got, your sisters or brothers, or you yourself can relate with your teenage days. Okay, now when a child is growing and developing, we say the child is getting into independence, right? So when you are independent, you can live your life well. You think, you act, and you do everything independently. That is what we say you are growing and developing and maturing into. Now here, when a child reaches around 1 year, 2 year, the child can walk independently. He can do everything by himself or herself, and picking up something and throwing something, jumping, running, and everything. Physical independence started to come out when the child reaches around 1 year, 2 years, definitely. So, but as a parent, we never allow our child to do something independently at that time. We will not allow the child to go out, walk, run around. We are always with them to direct them, control them, manage them. Am I right? Because we think that, okay, he's just, started to walk, started to do everything, but we need to be there to guide them, protect them, and we feel that. But when the child reaches around 5 years, we are pretty okay. Yeah, we just don't involve so much. We won't micromanage. We will have a macro management. Like we stay back and, you just say, okay, the child is moving, the child is doing everything. And, if there is something happen, no, don't do that. It's going to create problem. You will get hurt. All these things we say. But when the child becomes 8 year, 9 year, we say, wow, pretty good, cool. They can cross the road, checking whether the vehicle is coming, and they can walk and run and jump and, do whatever with their hands, and they started to repair things. Then, everything that, even the house chores, everything they can do, there is no problem at all. So that is where we say the child is getting physical independence. Now, the similar way, a child also will get into a mental independence. What is mental independence? That means the child is able to think, connect, form or process information, and form the perceptions, and started to tell you things, from their own product of their mind. So this will start happening when the child reaches around 8 years, 9 years. The preteen, we call it tween years, the child is started to use his brain independently, completely getting into an independent mode. That's why when the teenager comes and says something, you'll just okay, now he's coming up with something, or she's coming up with something, from where she's getting it. All these kind of doubts, you will get it. So what is happening there is, okay, until such time that child was totally dependent on your way of thinking, your style of living and everything. He started to observe and understand. He started to take information, the external information through the senses, and started to process independently and have independent views, opinions, and decision making and everything. He or she started to do, the teen started to do, you start to have a problem, because that's not the way we are. But this is not the style of our living. This is not our value. This is not our culture. This is not what we follow. And what he is deciding is not going to help him in the long run. I'm pretty sure. All these things you say, but it is so difficult for you to manage that teen who started to do that independent thinking. Now, this is exactly like the physical independence. When the physical independence happens, you will not leave your child just like that. The similar way, when the child is mentally independent, started to show that you're not supposed to leave the child. You need to be there to guide him through the process, to use the logic and the emotions and everything, and how to take a decision when problem comes, how to manage it, and every situation, every opinion, every criticism, every feedback, how to take it, how to manage it, how to deal with your emotions, how to deal with your different feelings, and everything, and how to shape your life, how to move ahead, and every stage of life, every phase of life, and everything. The parent has to be there to guide the child as a mentor, a proper mentor. You should be there. You should be a mentor and coach over there. But in most of the cases, what happens is that the teenagers will show the behavior what you have taught them, no doubt about it. How you were there, based on how your relationship was with your child, the child forms a personality script. According to that, he behaves. Now, this is where, when the teen started to have the independent thinking and he is bringing many things from his own perceptions, you started to see that there are so many hypocrisy you can see there. So the teenage hypocrisy, the first one, I would say, it is the children say, the teenager especially, please don't compare us. You are comparing us with everyone, and you just find fault in me and say that I'm not good enough because you compare me with X, Y, Z. But think about it, and they say this. But what they do is they compare their parents. They compare their parents in such a way that they say that person, my friend's mother does this, my friend's father allowed this for him to do this, but you are not allowing it. My friends has got this, you are not giving me this. My friends have the iPhone, the Apple phone, and this and that and everything, but you are the one who's not giving me. So this is not comparison. I think that is comparison. So the hypocrisy is, the first one is, you say don't compare us, but you compare your parents. Now the next one is, when you say I want everything, I want all the rewards, I want everything in my hand as like ready-made, and it's just drop from heaven. You want everything. Yes, fine. And you pester your parents, you work hard, you get the money, you make sure that things are happening. So be productive, get the money, get me these things, and the parents are running around. I want to go to that university, I want to go to that that kind of college, I wanted to study this, I wanted to go abroad, I wanted to do this, do that. But why should a parent struggle for that? What is your job? Are you thinking about it, teenagers? You just don't study. You say, you pay that, you pay this, you pay that, and get me the admission. I want to go to America, I want to go to UK, I want to go to Australia, and I want to study in one of the best universities. But if you study, if you become productive, you really focus on that, and you can get scholarship, you can get admissions in the best colleges, and that can contribute to the parents, that can, support your parents, struggle, and say that, okay, I can, remove certain struggle from my parents' shoulder because I am studying. So you don't want to be productive, and you want your parents to be overproductive and worry on your life and set everything rosy for you. So that is another hypocrisy, my dear teenagers, you are having with you. Now, next one, the third one is, you want a clean home, you want your clothes to be clean, your clothes to be ironed and properly kept, and you want everything to be fit, and then you want everything to be, even your food, everything has to be ready. Yeah, you want it. But do you do anything? Do you do anything to help the parents in their, house chores or anything? So what is here happening is, you want everything, but you don't want to work. You don't want to be productive. So this is another hypocrisy you are doing. You are in your behavior, we can observe, and many can observe. I am sure the parents will definitely connect with what I am saying. Even the teenagers will connect with, but I don't know whether you want to connect with, or you wanted to say, what, this lady is saying something, really she is creating problem for us, then you may not connect. Otherwise you can definitely think and analyze yourself and see where you are, and are you having a teenage hypocrisy. Now the fourth one is, you all want to have lovers. Many teenagers very proudly say, I'm engaged, I have someone. Yeah, and where is the money to maintain your relationship? The maintenance cost is there for your lover, and through the phone calls, on the WhatsApp, the messages, and giving her some present, going out with her or him to the some coffee shops or ice cream shops or something, and you need money to maintain them. That also your parents has to give you. What applied parents really. So that is another hypocrisy. You want a lover, but you don't have anything to maintain them. So the maintenance money, so if you don't have, please don't go for it. That is another hypocrisy you feel. This is exceptionally, I would say, it is an emotional area that you are having. There is no logic at all when you look at it. Now the fifth one is, you normally say the parents, the older people, they're all addicted to serials. They like serials. They're always seeing serials. And what are you doing? You are watching Netflix, you are watching series. So just the spelling difference makes so much of a difference. The parents or the elders are seeing serials and you see series. So series are proud ones and the serials are not. That's not the right thing. So that is another hypocrisy you are having. So the teenager hypocrisy, the fifth one is the serial and the series. You have all this program you see, you watch, you probably say, oh, I'm watching all the good ones, I'm not like my, like the older generation or whatever. And that is another hypocrisy you're having. And the sixth one is you have so many superheroes, right? There are many superheroes, even in the cartoon or in the real man, Spider-Man, like Superman or whatever, and we know that they don't exist and they are not there, and they come in, big, extraordinary, vehicles, and they have so much sophisticated things. They press the button on their fingers and this and that. Some, weapon is going and destroying the enemies and this and that and so many things, which the human brain cannot, really accept if you think logically. And when it comes to our small things, our normal national, our local superheroes, like maybe Mayavi, maybe Kapish, maybe, someone like that, you just say, what they do. And what does these people do? Just you have a sophisticated, so many extravaganza in the film, and you just gets into kind of a hype. You say that is okay and this is not okay. Both are same. This is another teenage hypocrisy you are having. Now the seventh one is you say, don't hurt us. Don't hurt us. Please don't hurt us physically. Don't hurt us mentally. You cannot do that. Parents, you have to be careful. Please don't hurt us. You say that, and if you punish us, if you hurt us, and we can go to the police. Which parent can go to the police if the children hurt the parents? There are so many teenagers don't even call the parents, as mother or father or papa or mama. They call their names. They call them Eddie. They call them, a lady. I have witnessed it. And so you think you can hurt your parents and the parents should not hurt you. Where is it? I don't understand how this system works like this. So I can say why maybe this is happening, because the parents are a bit concerned, parents are a bit scared, I think, by hearing so many things. So the children who say, you don't hurt us, you don't abuse us, you don't hurt us, you don't punish us physically or mentally, but you are every day punishing your parents. Why are you not thinking about that? You are hurting your parents. You can hurt your parents, but the parents should not say anything to you. You have to be taken care of like a fragile vessel, and that is another hypocrisy most of the teenagers are having. Now here, why this is happening? Because most of the places I can see that there is a protocol, there is a parental practices, parental guideline, parental behavior, parent training, parent coaching, parental handbook. But where is the teenage practices, teenage behavior, teenage handbook? Where is it? And where people say a child should behave this way, a teenager should behave this way. So that is very, very important. And when you are looking at your teenage and your parent, and this is something which I always notice, that is why I wrote a book which is called Listen Mom and Dad, I'm Your Teen Speaking. This differences needs to be clearly understood, and make sure that the parents clearly understand, when the teenagers are making it a hypocrisy, and their hypocrisy coming out, you just say that that's a hypocritic behavior. We are not supposed to be taking this. So teenagers needs to understand, please don't have this teenage hypocrisy, having a kind of a overpowering your behavior and your character, your personality, and you will become kind of unpleasant behavior, or you will be seen as a trouble teenager or something. So please make sure that you handle your teen hypocrisy in the right manner before you talk. Check whether I am talking sense, and is the logic is applied over there. And also parents, when the teenagers are coming and saying many things, I say, sorry, you can't do that, because this is what exactly is this, and what you're saying and what you're doing is two different things. Okay, so you should be able to tell this to your teenagers. So I really want all the teenagers to understand this, listen to this, and if there is something, please try to correct it. And parents, please make sure that when you are looking at your parental guidelines, parental practices, you just make sure that you are very clear about what is a child supposed to be behaving like, and the teenager should be behaving like. The the child and teenage practices also is as important as a parental practices. I hope you will take this into serious and implement it, take this seriously and implement it in your life. And take care. God bless you.